I can see why women don't like the Book of Enoch.
The comments when I say this, but I'm saying this because the Lord told me to tell y'all.
Y'all gotta stop saying that. Y'all gotta stop saying that. The Lord told me to tell y'all. Fellas, look at those Freddy Krueger claws she got on. Look at the fake hair that she got on. And she's saying that the Lord told you to... Okay, let's keep going.
Be careful when you read the Book of Enoch. Matter of fact, when you read it, take it as lightly as a fan fiction.
Take it as lightly as a fan fiction? Okay.
That book was not put in the Bible for a reason.
Yeah, because it goes against you.
The Bible says in Revelation chapter 22, verses 18 through 19.
So isn't this funny? Ain't this funny? People can pick out specific verses when it pertains to them. But I could sit here and say, I do believe some men are supposed to be monogamous and some men are not. I could believe that. I'm a firm believer that I'm supposed to sacrifice my life for my wife. I'm supposed to die for her, not because of her. If she's trying to cause my death, no. But for her, I'm supposed to lay my life down on the line for my wife. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that you are supposed to be responsible for your women. I believe that. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer that your wife comes before even your children. I believe that.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much money.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May, and today I got a video for y'all, man. I'ma chime in every now and again with little things that I gotta say, right? I want y'all to understand something, right? When it comes to this topic of God, Yahshua, Yah, however y'all guys want to say it, right? People like, hear me out, the people who think that they know the Bible, and I'm being very specific. They always say things like God's perfect will. Okay. No one knows what that is. No one knows what that is. Why? Because everybody doesn't have all the information. You see, how can we know as people that everything that's in the book is supposed to be in the book, but we know, listen, we know that they have deliberately taken out books in the Bible that they don't want us to have access to. Now I want to get into this right here. What they found in the Book of Enoch. Cause there's one guy specifically in this video. He's a famous guy. Some of you guys probably know who he is. He's real big with the Vatican and all. Like, trust me, coaches from all over the world knows who this man is. I don't know how this man reminds me of, what's this lady? Tasha K. How she magically always happens to get all the information and the proof. I'm not sure what that's about. But hear me out. I want to get right into this. Y'all already know, but before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn notifications. Y'all already know. Shout out to the homie, the Matthews family. Shout out to him. I love his work. Cause I'm gonna let the homie talk too, but I feel like I always say, I feel like this man is extremely he's extremely passive. And maybe it's deliberate. I think sometimes he does it on purpose, just so he doesn't ruffle any feathers, which is cool. That's how he do. That's what he do. I don't got to do that. That's what he gonna do. That's what he gonna do. But I want to let this rock and roll. I want y'all guys to listen to this for yourself. Cause then I'm gonna break certain things down, right? Now, I don't think people are taking into account. Let's rock.
These theories will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Fair use.
Check them out.
The book of Enoch, the lost scripture that will change your perception on the Bible. This ancient text unveils the mysteries of the universe and reveals the secrets about angels and demons.
Now hold on, before we get into this. There are a lot of books that the books in the Bible refer to, but why don't they give us access to it? Why would they remove this? What don't they want you to know, or what don't they want you to tap into? I always say it. I don't care what anybody says. I personally, this is my own opinion, I feel like they know that there is a power out there that they don't want us people to tap into. And I'm going with that all the way to the grave. But let's keep rocking and rolling.
This book was taken out of the Bible because it was not considered by Christians or Jews. Now, why would they take this book out of the Bible? It is said that some scholars believe that the book was deleted to conceal the real race of Hebrews or Israelites, or because the detailed accounts of fallen angels. Now, they believe that this book was written between 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE. Now, this book is a collection of writings that was attributed to Enoch. In the text, it says that Enoch was taken up to heaven so that he can be revealed and given the secrets and mysteries of the universe by God's angels. This book contains a lot of information on angels, demons, and the end of the world.
There's been a lot
I'm gonna let the homie Matthew talk.
of theories and stuff to say why, or people have their beliefs of why this book was taken out. Some people believe that Enoch didn't write it. Some people say that this was done as a form of control. You know what I mean? It was taken out as a form of control. Some people feel like it wasn't important, the information.
Now, I gotta say this. I ain't gonna shout their names out. I ain't gonna shout out the pastors. Hear me out. Y'all know, if I don't know information, I'm gonna start making phone calls. I'm gonna make phone calls as a phone call. So the 3 people that I reached out to, let me rephrase that. The 3 pastors, I'm gonna say this again. The 3 pastors that I reached out to all told me the book of Enoch was removed because it wasn't important. Who are we to determine that? Oh, it ain't important. And the thing is this, then people want to shove it off to the side like it ain't important. But as this video goes on, fellas, ladies are not gonna like this video, but my fellas, I want you to pay attention, because there are certain people called Fresh and Fit. There are certain people called Coach Greg Adams. There are certain people called Anton Daniels. There's a certain person, may he rest, his name is Mr. Kevin Samuels. There's some people named Donovan Sharp. There's some people, a lot of us, ready? Tom Lykin. There's a lot of us that have been waking you up to things that are in this book. And they, see, hear me out, hear me. Then, as we get close to that, I'm gonna break something down to you guys. Just pay attention, stay with me. Because you're gonna see different people have different interpretations. I want you to understand. I think that the same way how we know that the churches are under this tax exemption, and because they're under the tax exemption, they can't speak on certain things, or else they won't get their tax break. So we all know this year the laws changed. So we're going to see now all the churches that are going to speak out about the LGTB, whatever, and the pedo, you know what I'm saying? The pedo, you could fix that word, you know what it is. And we're gonna see what churches are gonna stand their ground and really speak the word of God. Cause hear me out, y'all. When I go to church, I don't go to church to hear this Easter Sunday, we're gonna break bread and this and that, because I want y'all guys to understand something. If you guys truly read the Bible's harsh. Because I need y'all to understand something, right? This is the problem I have with a lot of you Bible people. On any topic of discussion, it's always God had a prescription and a description and a anscription and a description and a proscription. Everybody swears that they know the true word of God. But if you don't have all the information, how do you know? See, this is the problem. This is the problem with most people that read the book. What happens is this. They read what they read and they don't understand it. See, I'm the kind of person that when I genuinely don't understand something, I ask questions. I harass everybody. Everybody. My wife could tell you, I've been in churches and I'm like, why don't you guys speak about the books that are taken out of the Bible? Okay, they weren't important. Who deemed that? So now, same way how when I speak on polygyny, that wasn't God's perfect will. God is God, but God, he tolerated. He dealt with it. Every time I speak on certain, God dealt with that, but that's not what he wanted. So was that God's perfect will or not? Because if we agree that God is perfect, all knowing from the beginning to the end, he is the beginning, the middle, and the end. He knows what's gonna happen. He knows what's gonna transpire. He knows what's gonna happen. He saw all of this. He saw all of this before it happened. So how was it not his perfect will? So now I'm gonna say this again. Why would they hide this book? But we're gonna get to it in a minute. I'm gonna let the homie continue to talk right here. Cause if they're speaking about demonic spirits and the angels, and we all know that Enoch, if I ain't mistaken, wasn't he the only person that didn't have to die to go up to the heavens and came back down? If I ain't mistaken, I could be wrong. But cause this is getting crazy already. Let's rock and roll.
So I don't know. It's interesting to me, but the whole Enoch going up to heaven, and she didn't really mention it either, but if I'm not mistaken, as it's written, he didn't have to die to go to heaven.
Yeah, I beat him to it.
Extremely interesting to me.
Right.
The book of Enoch never made it into the Bible, and for good reason. I'm going to show you one of those reasons right this very second. In the book of Enoch, it said that Enoch spoke to Noah. Let's turn to the Adam's time chart and see if they even
Pay attention.
coexisted. All right, there's Enoch. He lives 365 years and then was translated. When was Noah born? Whoa! Noah's born 69 years after Enoch left this earth. Friends, they never met.
Wasn't he the grandfather?
Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen. A lot of people going to start like throwing dirt on, well, not throwing dirt on, but poking holes in this Adam's time chart. Basically, they're gonna start doing that. They're gonna go at that. So that's pretty interesting. That's the first person I ever seen kind of show the timelines of the two people living and showing how they don't meet. See, it's a lot of controversy surrounding the book of Enoch.
Right. There's a lot of controversy, and the thing is this, right? Like, I've even heard somebody say Adam and Eve weren't the first people, right? Okay. But I've heard somebody go as far as saying, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just telling you from what I've heard. I've went as far as hearing people saying things like Adam and Eve were the first people that were given that spirit of God. They weren't the first people. So if you're starting from God's, like, I've heard all kind of different stories. Now, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. I'm just telling you from what I've heard. And y'all guys know me, I'm a very resourceful person. And I know people in places that some of y'all guys will be very uncomfortable with me knowing. But let's keep rocking and rolling though.
Which to me indicates that we should pay attention to it. Just my thoughts though.
Yep.
Yo, so I ordered the book of Enoch a few weeks ago, and I've been reading it, and I gotta share this with y'all. Chapter 1 begins with the Holy Grail.
And I will say this. You see what he just did? I read the book of Enoch, right? The problem with a lot of y'all guys, the issue with y'all is y'all don't want to go do your own homework. Y'all want people to tell you, and then that's what you run with what you believe. But I want you to understand something. I'm not trusting no church that's under no tax exemption that they're taught in whatever Bible cemetery or whatever that is, whatever school where you can't speak out against homosexuality. But it's in the Bible, but you can't speak on it. But isn't it funny? People would say polygyny, because it's not polygamy, it's polygyny. Oh, that wasn't God's perfect will. Was it a sin? No, it's homosexuality. Yes, it's an abomination. So let me ask you a question. Why do people hear me? I want y'all to understand something. Hear me out. Why is it that people will be like, oh, that's in the Old Testament, the New Testament. So if you're going to stay in the New Testament, then don't refer back to the Old Testament. Because some of y'all guys look like clowns with your arguments. Because you can't say, well, in this chapter over here, in the freaking New Testament, and then come around and say, because if you go back to the Old Testament, it correlates. No. They're both the same. They're both, listen. One is under law, one is under grace. Cool. But you ready? Then they'll say, oh, well, the New Testament speaks of if you have to obey the laws of the land. So if the laws of the land, listen to me. If the laws of the land say polygyny is against the law, you got to follow the law. The same laws that tell you, the same Catholic Church, same Vatican Church that came and said homosexuality is of God. So hold on. So you're supposed to believe that? So you fall under those laws. Okay. Because remember, if I read it correctly, or maybe somebody correct me. I could have sworn it said, when the laws of the land disobey the laws of God, you are no more you have to revert back to his laws. I see a lot of quiet people now. Ain't nobody saying nothing now. But you don't understand. So I'm supposed to obey a law that tells me homosexuality marriages, a man and a man, a woman and a woman, is of God. But the Bible tells you specifically that it is not. Let's keep going.
Everyone will come from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heavens of heavens. Now let's go to the Bible. In Micah 1:3 it says, for behold, the Lord cometh forth out of his place, and will come down, and tread upon the high places of the earth. Micah 5:2, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel.
And you see how they try to shove it in different other areas. They try to shove it in there. But if this is the book of Enoch, why would you try to like sprinkle it in there just to be able to be like, well, we put it in there a little bit? I don't understand what's happening.
Have been from of old, from everlasting.
Yo,
I just love reading the scriptures. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld him.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. For all those that like to say God's perfect will, hold on. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You see, hear me out. Y'all guys can run from... So hear me out, y'all. I'm not saying what or who I heard it from. I will say this. I heard a story from a birdie. Very powerful guy. Older gentleman. I'm not saying when and where. I'm not saying how many years ago. I heard a story that... You see how... For those who've seen Wakanda... No. Transformers. No. You see how I can go through a few different movies. A few different. There are people that were there when all this information was found, right? And it was divided amongst the people. It was divided. I'm not going to get no further into that. I ain't trying to get into no trouble. I don't want to get into that. From what I've heard from people in very high places, all of the power was divided. There are some truth over there. There's some truth over here. There's some truth over... Ready? But hear me out. If all of the word of God is the word of God, how do you have a Christian Baptist, Christian non-denomination, Christian... How do you have all these different... How is it not all under one umbrella? I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with me, man. I don't want no smoke. Let's keep going, though.
In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. John answered them, saying, I baptize with water, but there standeth one among you, whom ye know not. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh, justified in the spirit, seen of angels, preached unto the Gentiles, believed on in the world, received up into glory. Just some food for thought. Enoch chapter 46 prophesies of the Son of Man. Same with Enoch chapter 48. And at that hour, that Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits, and his name before the head of days. Yeah, before the sun and the signs were created, before the stars of the heaven were made. His name was named before the Lord of spirits. Enoch prophesied of the Messiah. He said, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. If you read chapter 61 in the book of Enoch, chapter 62, chapter 68, chapter 69, and chapter 70. I just started reading this book a few weeks ago, and it is great. If you want to find out what's in the book of Enoch, you have to read the book of Enoch. Here's what I mean by that. Because when you mention, okay, is the book of Enoch canon? Most people say no, it goes against scripture, it contradicts the Bible. I haven't been presented any verse at all that contradicts the Bible. Here's one example.
Now, you see what he just said? Because I told you, 3 pastors told me it wasn't important and that it contradicts the Bible. That's what was said to me. Now, am I actually trying to get my hands on this? Absolutely. I did a video on the Hear Me Out podcast channel, but my audience is here, so I do it here and there. But I told you guys already. I said... There are other books that they're still hiding that they don't want us to have access to. Besides the book of Enoch. It is very interesting that somebody was able to go up to the heaven and come back down and receive all this information, be around the angels and the... It's the same thing how people say, oh, how many heavens? There's one heaven, but the Bible speaks of the heavens in heaven. So that's like walking into a cool. If this is the building, I walk in the building and there's different sectors. So there's heavens in the heaven. Come on, man. Y'all can't sit there and y'all guys, you know what it is? Y'all guys was brainwashed into believing what you want to believe. Me, I'm too open to receiving this information. But we didn't get to the good part yet. Let's go.
It talks about Azazel, who taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them. But then they'd be like, oh, the Bible doesn't mention Azazel. When you read in Leviticus 16:10, it talks about a scapegoat. The Hebrew translation for scapegoat is literally Azazel. So here's what I'm saying. If you actually want to know what is in the book of Enoch, why people say, oh, it's not supposed to be in the Bible, that's the reason why it was taken out, you gotta go ahead and read the book of Enoch. There are other books out there, the Apocrypha, there's many books in the Apocrypha. If you want to know these things, you gotta go and read it, not listen to what other people have to say about it. But with all that being said, I hope...
And I will say this, that's why I laugh when people say perfect will and God's and the prescription and the description. I laugh at these clowns. I'm sorry. I laugh at them. I laugh because you don't know. You don't know, because you don't have all the information. But you ready? Watch. Oh no, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Some of you guys out there, oh, it's about to get real ugly for you guys. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
Hope this was edifying and wisdom and blessings to all those who watch. Yo, so I ordered the...
Because some of you guys, y'all guys still put up Christmas trees in your house. Easter's coming up. Y'all gonna be out here dressing up like bunnies and trying to... We're not gonna get into that. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
This is a great example right here. What he's doing and what he's showing, you know what I mean? If you're just gonna base your information off of everyone else's opinion and you ain't gonna look for yourself, then... what's the use?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to hate on something without even reading it, without ever reading it, without finding out for themselves. They're just going to grab some information they heard from somebody and then go against it without even reading it and giving it a chance.
That's a fact.
We experienced that same type of stuff in life. I had a prime example. When me and Queen got together, everybody told her not to get with me, not to go out with me, not to talk to me, because I had a reputation at the time as being with a lot of women and different things like that. And they didn't know that I had completely done changed. So everybody was telling her that. Had she gone with what they told her and not listened, look at us now, and then look at her friends or people who she knew back then that she don't even communicate with anymore. Look at them. Crabs in the barrel mentality. And it's similar with situations like this, bro.
You're hovering. Wondering if you click buy.
That's the issue. Crabs in the barrel. And you know what it is too? Some people are afraid to be their own thinkers. So it's comfortable for them to go along with what the masses are saying. Like same way how when I said polygyny, people were like, that's forbidden from God. God said, don't go away. So I said, I always say, show me. And then, here's the verse. Here's their verse, y'all. One flesh and God, for this cause the father and God's gonna leave his mother. And that's the only verse that they got. Whoa, it isn't his perfect will. It was prescriptive and descriptive. But if you read the book, there are chapters where he says, if a man takes him another wife. So how does the book say, if the man takes him another wife? And it sounds like he's giving a prescription. If he takes him another wife, the second wife and the first wife, their roles should not be diminished, giving specific instruction. I don't sound like it's describing. It sounds like he's telling you what to do. He's giving you instructions here. He's saying, here, take this product and here's the instructions. This is how you use it. This is how you got to do it. One shouldn't have more responsibility than the other. Then I forgot who was saying it. Then in the same chapter, he's saying when God said, and he's saying when he said. I forgot who it was. He was like, I wish all men could be like me and be to themselves and devote their lives to the Lord. Come on, don't play with me, man. Don't play with me, man. Don't play. It's because y'all guys, y'all want to skip over that part.
Find out for yourself. Get the understanding for yourself, bro. Don't listen to everybody else.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm reading the book of Enoch, and whoa, no wonder they kept this out of the Bible. So let's see what I found so far. So right from the beginning, chapter 1, verse 2. And Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, took up his parable. I'm like, whose eyes were opened by God? What needs to be opened? Talk about the pineal gland? Because I'm all here for it. Let's continue on. So Enoch starts telling us that he saw all the visions.
But you see how it's showing you how I like this video that he did. Yo, shout out to the homie, man. Shout out to the homie right here, dogs. Because this collage of videos show you how everybody has a different perspective. Everybody. You want to know why? Because nobody has all the information. That dude's just dumb.
Of the holy ones from heaven. And he says what he saw and heard he understood, but it wasn't for his generation, it was for a future generation. Which generation? Our generation? I'm not sure. I need more.
Right.
Let's keep reading. So verse 3 says this is concerning the elect. Now the word elect was used many times in this reading. Elect is like the elected, the chosen ones. So he says this is concerning them coming from the Holy Great One. So he finishes chapter 1 and goes into chapter 2, which is where he's been describing how he saw the earth, all the things that he had learned from his time in heaven. As he describes all the...
So you ready? Hear me out. So hear me out. See, she said, and he described all these beautiful things. That's a description. But when the Bible says, he says, yo, God, when God said, why did you take this man's wife? I would have given you more wives if that's what you wanted. That ain't descriptive. That's him telling you, I would have given it to you. That's direct saying, fam, how you gonna do this and you rocking with me? I'm saying it in layman's terms so you guys can understand. Some of you guys never really read the Bible, so I get it. Fam, how you gonna do this to him? If you wanted more, I would have given you more. And then people, and here's people, everybody's favorite line. Or it says, don't multiply. That's what he did. That's what he did. That man had his own. You went and took somebody else's. That was wrong. But he blessed him. He blessed him and said, here are your wives. That's his. That's the one that I blessed him with. Let him rock out over there with his one. I gave you 700, 1700, 1800. You got all this over here. Leave him alone. That's what that's saying. And he's saying, if you wanted more, I would have given you more. I would have blessed you with more. Oh, but that ain't his perfect will, right? That nigga's just dumb. I do this crazy.
We know that all the saved people, those with salvation, they'll be fine. Everything is great. However, the sinners, there's no salvation for them. So,
ooh,
you know,
we all sinners
now, if you can.
We all fall short.
Now we're in chapter 3. It's called Fallen Angels. I'm like, yes, this is why I came here. This is what I want to read.
Everybody's waiting for that.
So it starts explaining how all the people of earth have just been multiplying, and it's beautiful, it's lovely. And then the angels, as they refer to them, the children of heaven, the angels, they saw these people, they start looking at the women, and they're like, oh, the women are looking snatched. Like, why? Why is this holy being, this angel, these angels, why are they looking like this? I mean, I know some of us are pretty fly, but I'm just...
Yeah, she's funny for that.
Hey, man. But doesn't this seem like...
I must say, I'm a snack myself. I ain't gonna cap. Well, R. Kelly said, listen to see me walk up in the club, I'm a flirt. Tonight, I'm joking. I'm just saying, like, It's okay. Listen. I ain't the ugliest dude, but I know when I walk in, it's like I'm a presence. You know what I'm saying? 6 foot. I ain't the slimmest person in the world. I got a little size to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always smelling. Good. You know what I'm saying? Beard is always. You know what I'm saying? So you come out here. You put a couple of things on it. You know what I mean?
So much realness in that. This seems so real to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I could see it. The vision is clear in my mind of how they could come down and then look and gaze at a woman and be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Right.
He didn't tell us it was like this down here. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell us they were looking like this. They had bodies like this. Oh my gosh! Even the angels couldn't resist. That's interesting to me.
I'm just saying, like, you're an angel, like, whatever.
Sure is.
I'm not an angel. I don't know what they were thinking, but that's what they were thinking. These women, they're looking scrumdiddlyumptious. Now I want to read the first though. So again, chapter 3, verse 2.
She had to be an older chick.
It says, "And the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. Now their leader, the name is Semjaza, says, But I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin." So think about that for a second. Group of angels, they're here to watch the people, make sure they're good. And their head guy is like, "Yo, I want to do this, but I just feel like if I do this, I'll be the only one that goes down for this crime." So basically, he feels like his boys are going to sell out on him, right? Like, they're not going to do it. They're just going to say they're going to do it.
Yo, this seems so real.
The way she made it sound.
Like I said, I can play this out to a T, man. They looking at everybody like, "Yo, hey, man, I'm with y'all. If we all do it, I'm with it. I'm with it. Who with?"
And I literally just said this. The problem is, even when it comes to the word, people don't want to feel alone in their beliefs. They don't want to be alone in their understanding. Ready? The book, hear me out. The book says a woman is to remain silent. But you got all these women preachers. Where? Hold up. Show me in the New Testament, John, because it wasn't in the Old Testament. Show me in the New Testament where that changed. I need somebody to show me that. Somebody put it down in the comment section. I need somebody, because I need to see where did God change? His will is what he designed, what he said, which is a man is to teach, woman is to remain silent. Only time a woman is to teach is if she comes forth with a word from God, a prophecy, and then she's to remain quiet, and she's supposed to teach what? Women. She is to teach women. That's not what's happening now. But you guys is cool with y'all female pastors in y'all church. Come on, man. Come on now. Oh, God's perfect will. And here's their excuse. The women that was around Jesus when he was growing, he was surrounded by women. So I find it hard to believe that God did not let women talk. Anything, hear me out. The problem is this. You guys aren't looking for information. You're looking for affirmation. Ready? And then let's go back to polygyny. Oh, it was appropriate for the times because guys was dying and all this and the murder and everything like that. Okay, so for the time it was needed. Ready? Let's fast forward from A, B, C, D, A, C, B, C, A, D. Let's go all the way to 2022. 2024. Let's go. Ready? Single motherhood, off the charts. Homelessness between women and children, off the charts. Women getting evicted all over this country. Women struggling. My next video is going to show you guys how now, all of a sudden, all these women, now magically they all read the Bible. Now magically they all want to be women of God. Now magically they all saying a woman ain't supposed to work this hard. Women shouldn't be working. Women should be home with the children and the kids. So isn't it funny how now everybody want to revert back. Everybody want to go back. So if we're going to go back, we're going to go way back into time. And that's to the beginning. So the Old Testament says polygyny was okay. You see what? You see, no matter, y'all can't run from this smoke. But there are laws in place. Ready? I told you guys. If my wife was a believer in God and I wasn't, it tells you that she can leave me. But because I am a man of God, she's bound. Y'all don't read. That's the problem. Y'all don't read. Y'all read the 10 Commandments. God said, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not do a neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not. Y'all ain't reading nothing past 10 Commandments. That's the problem with y'all. That's the issue with y'all. Thou shalt not kill. You see, you can't kill nobody. But if you translate it to the Hebrew, Greek, and the Latin language, they all say the same thing. Kill is murder. Thou shalt not murder innocently. So if that goat right now is coming by here and that's all that there is, see, I'm taking the goat out. If you pay attention, you see how even Avatar, how when they kill the animals, they're like, go in peace. But now they got to make use of that animal. You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand. Energy is transferred. Ready? Even in the safari. Ready? Lions die. They come and eat the lions. The lions eat damn near all the animals. Elephants. Oh man, I could do this for days. Y'all don't understand. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
You know what I mean?
Circle of life, y'all.
Because you could see them trying to resist for so long.
Yep.
So long. And then them just sitting there and being like, I just can't take it no more, man. All right, we gonna do it? We gonna do it? Let's do it. You know what I mean? And now they're down at the bottom of the Euphrates River waiting on it to dry up so they can be released out. That's where the fallen angels are supposed to be, right?
Supposedly, yep.
Hey, sister. Thanks for your comment. I used to think that the book of Enoch was just an extension of the Bible, too. But I'm going to show you 3 spots in there really quick where it gives itself away as a demonic book. And I'll do a longer video later about how demonic books work. I mean, there are tons and tons of them. I mean, if the Catholic Church wouldn't have burned entire libraries, there'd be a lot more. But even today, there's still tons and tons and tons. And we keep finding more, like the Nag Hammadi library.
First of all, why are they hiding? Why are they hiding this? Why are they burning things? For what? So nobody has all the information. So who are we to say what God's perfect will was? That's why y'all sound dumb when y'all say that. God's perfect. Everything that happens is God's perfect will. Hear me out. I think I was supposed to go homeless. I think I was supposed to end up in the street eating out of the garbage cans and come back, because now the person that I am now, I would have never become this person. And I still ask God to bless the process. Everything was His will. Everything is His will.
Library was just found in this century. And, well, last century. And the Book of Enoch gives itself away in 3 places.
Yeah, this guy is long. He's long-winded. He go for like years and years and years and years.
And it'll show up, and then search the page for these words I'm going to give you. One's in chapter 40, and it talks about an angel, 4th angel, set over repentance.
All right, he was speaking
sin,
about
right, which is clear.
Skepticism type form. Even if you're reading it for informational purposes, how you go into it, I feel like is what you're gonna get out of it.
Right.
The angels had to be punished somehow.
Right. I will say this. It all depends on how you go in. That's why I could speak to somebody who's Muslim. I could speak to a Buddhist. I could speak to a freaking Satan. I could speak to. I was talking to you. Listen, I've sat down and spoke to people who are like, I believe in the devil. Oh, really? That's interesting. Why? What is? I really would love to know why. Because once you learn all the tricks, you know how they're gonna try to attack you. You know that. You know that.
Because the results were devastating. I mean, after all, there are giants in the sky. They were these towering beings of endless desire for destruction and chaos. The Bible even says they were the rulers of the ancient world. Now, mind you, these guys were everywhere. They conquered and built kingdoms the likes of which we just can't comprehend. These were entire civilizations built on divine secrets. You gotta understand that at the start, the angels were just free to roam the earth. And they must have been really good friends with humanity, because they're the ones that end up teaching humans how to do magic. And not only magic, they're the ones who teach humans how to make weapons. Enoch says how astrology, crystals, and even makeup are all teachings from fallen angels. So not only...
Hold on. Now we get into the spicy stuff. Makeup, weapons, and astrology. Pay attention.
Did they corrupt all flesh on earth? They actually altered the appearance of earth itself. The earth would forever be littered with the image of fallen angels portrayed as gods. Their punishment was to be locked up in chains and in darkness until the day of judgment. Some of them being bound under the great river Euphrates, which conveniently is drying up.
Yep. That was in 2020. That was the next year. Look at it now.
The angels
that makes me think of the pyramids, bro. If we had these giants walking around, then that could possibly solve our theory of how were the pyramids constructed. Just a possible theory. You know what I mean? If they're roaming around, then they could be responsible for building, lifting, constructing the pyramids. As soon as I saw that, I don't know why that thought ignited in my brain, but it did. It did. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I told it to y'all, so now it's gone. It's good.
Have you heard of the lost books of the
This
Bible?
guy right here.
I have over a dozen Bibles in front of me in a variety of languages. And did you know that out of these 13 Bibles,
start clean?
That's the man that's world famous. I think they even tried to take him out at one point in time.
one of them has a book that is not in any of the others. What is that book and which Bible is that in? It is in this Bible right here that is from Ethiopia. It is in Ge'ez. And if you look at that, you can see...
See, I want something that looks like that. Because, you know, now they have the apps that you can just, like, hold it to the screen, hold it to the book, and just, like, roll it. And it'll read you. It'll read you the translation. I want to read that right there.
That this book talks about concepts of the original sin, fallen angels, demonology, the resurrection, and the final judgment. Well, the Book of Enoch is known in, modern scholarly circles as part of the pseudepigrapha or false books. It's a book attributed to an author, but it was obviously written after that person was alive. It goes back over 2,000 years. But who was this character Enoch in the Bible? Well, Enoch was actually the great-grandfather of Noah, as in Noah's Ark, and technically the fifth great-grandson of Adam, as in Adam and Eve. So back in the early 1900s, Oxford University actually did a book on the translation of the Ethiopic Book of Enoch, and you can take a little peek right there. So this is available for study, but if you take a deep dive and go down that rabbit hole, there are dozens and dozens of lost books of the Bible.
For those who
So I'm gonna let him talk first. Get ahead, Matthew.
say the Book of Enoch isn't like real or isn't valid or whatever, but I keep hearing people also say that Jude, if you look at Jude, the Book of Jude in the New Testament or whatever, it quotes it. So if it's not valid, then why is it quoted in Jude?
See, now here's my argument with everything in the book. If it wasn't valid, why is it in the book? If it wasn't God's will, why is it in the book? The Book of Enoch is mentioned in the book, but why is that book in the book? Like he said, there is so many books that are removed. Why? Some don't sound right. Some don't sound right. Somebody's hiding something. Like I said, I told you back to the Wakanda thing. I told you I heard stories sitting down tomorrow like, you got to come out like, listen, I've sat down with people where like blazing heat, and I don't care to give out the whole like how it looks, but it's like you sat down and you hear people talk and somebody's translating, and you hear the conversation going on, and they're speaking how yes, I will say this. The people that were of Christian, that had direct contact with the Lord, they were given certain information. The Muslims was given certain information. Buddhists were given certain information. I heard stories of different entities. Ready? So hear me out. So so this is where all information is at. So you coming from the north, I'm from the south, east, and west. So now we're all grabbing this information. So now we come now that the pile is getting shorter, we all see each other and we like, yo, what you doing here? Nah, this is mine. Nah, this is. So now the information that I already took that you didn't get to because you didn't come from the north. You came from the east. So now you got this information, you got this info, you got this, and now it's like, so this in the middle, we gotta share this now. So from what the stories that I've heard is, there are people that actually have some information that we don't have. Some of it is true and false here. But if we all piece it together, if we stop being so selfish with the word and the information, we would be able to actually get to the bottom of some of these stories. I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm saying from what I've heard and what I was told. I'm gonna leave it at that though, because I ain't trying to get in trouble.
It's a lot of things intertwined. You know what I mean? And then when people say, well, it was lost, or was it lost or was it removed? Was it removed or was it lost?
Right.
I just keep getting conflicting answers about that.
1/3 of Jesus' ministry consisted of casting out demons. So one burning question I have for you is, where did those demons even come from? Well, the oldest Bible in the world is in Ethiopia, and it actually contains the book of Enoch, which was excluded from most Bibles.
And that's why that little small book, where did he said it came from? From Ethiopia. The little small book.
This is quite unfortunate, because this is where you would find the origins of evil spirits. The book of Enoch explains how once upon a time these towering giants used to roam the earth. These giants are what the Bible calls Nephilim in Genesis 6:4. They were actually the children of fallen angels, making them violent and completely driven by pure desire. The story goes that after a giant would die, their spirit would be bound to earth. There would be no such thing as heaven for a giant. Their evil, disembodied spirits would now wander the earth. You see, these giants today have the...
But the Bible speaks of that. Are you guys gonna question that? But it's in the book though. I don't care if it's in the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Brand New Testament, the Future Testament. I don't care what it is. It's in the book. But you would believe that, but you wouldn't believe in polygyny. Stop it. Stop it.
New names of lust.
But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
They are ultimately what humanity would call demons. 1/3 of Jesus.
And then the whole comment of being bound to earth. Does that make y'all feel some type of way? Feel some type of way about us? Are we bound to earth? Are we here because we're sinners and this is a form of punishment to be here, to go through the things we're going to go through? Not to say there is no happiness here. I mean, we create our own form of it, so you could look at it that way too as well when I speak about.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites and hot wings have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
I paid off $495,000 in debt within 18 months using what I now call my success.
About happiness, but are we bound to this earth? Is this punishment?
But remember, the book of Enoch speaks about the spirits, the astrology, all that. You're Aries and you're a Taurus and you're all of this and all.
For those who think we're the only life forms out there, is that the reason?
I know I'm gonna get a lot of feedback in the.
Listen, this is it right here, y'all. Listen to this lady right here. Pay attention. Cause I'm gonna show you guys. This is more proof as to why women, I'm saying especially women, they refuse to believe in the book of Enoch. Even my wife was like, I can see why women don't like the book of Enoch.
The comments when I say this, but I'm saying this because the Lord told me tell y'all.
Y'all gotta stop saying that. The Lord told me to tell y'all. Fellas, look at those Freddy Krueger claws she got on. Look at the fake hair that she got on. And she's saying that the Lord told you to... Okay, let's keep going.
Be careful when you read the book of Enoch. Matter of fact, when you read it, take it as lightly as a fan fiction.
Take it as lightly as a fan fiction? Okay.
That book was not put in the Bible for a reason.
Yeah, because it goes against you.
The Bible says in Revelation chapter 22, verses 18 through 19.
So isn't this funny? Ain't this funny? People can pick out specific verses when it pertains to them. But I could sit here and say, I do believe some men are supposed to be monogamous and some men are not. I could believe that. I'm a firm believer that I'm supposed to sacrifice my life for my wife. I'm supposed to die for her, not because of her. If she's trying to cause my death, no. But for her, I'm supposed to lay my life down on the line for my wife. I believe that. I believe that you are supposed to be responsible for your women. I believe that. I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer that your wife comes before even your children. I believe that. The Bible speaks on that. I believe that. My wife is my priority. My children are my responsibility. I believe that. But you ready? I'll put money on it that this chick right here will be like, ain't no man gonna come before my kids. But the Bible says, even before yourself, young lady, your man is before you. You are there to serve your man. Nobody want this smoke though, not that smoke.
Do not add or take away from the word.
So hold on. Do not add or take away from the word. Why is the book of Enoch in there? Where are all those lost books? Why are y'all taking away?
Every time somebody brings up the book of Enoch to me.
So hold on. So if there's a New and an Old Testament, I'm not going down that right now. I'm not going down with that right now.
First thing that pops in my head, and I know it's God, off rip, Revelations 22, 18 through 19.
But is it taken away from the word if some of the quotes from Enoch are in the Bible? So is that taken away from the word?
Matt, tell him.
Just saying. I'm just questioning.
Right.
If the book of Enoch was meant to be in the Bible, it would be in the Bible. If any of the books that were removed from the Bible, aka the Apocrypha books, were meant to be in the Bible, they would be there. But
her argument falls apart. Why were they removed in the first place? God didn't say it's my will to remove those books. That's not important. Remove that. We don't need that. Move it to the side. God didn't do that. Man did that. Keep going.
The book of Enoch and all the other apocryphal books takes the sole purpose of the Bible off of the Bible and puts it on other things, like Enoch, all the angels and the devils, or not the devils, the demons, and how they fell from the sky, and how we got Greek mythology, and how we got makeup, and how we got astrology, and all this other stuff. It's irrelevant.
You want to know why it's irrelevant? She has on makeup. But in the book of Enoch, even in the Bible, it speaks on how makeup is demonic. Makeup is demonic. I see eyeliner here. I see her nails done here. She got the fake weave. She got the baby hairs pushed to the side. She keep on moving this fake hair. Listen, give whatever lady his hair that is, give the horse back its hair, bruh. She hates herself because she got on all this fake hair. She hates herself. She don't love herself. Fellas, let's be clear. Even you fellas, listen to me. All this tattooing shit, tattooing your hairline back on, and tattooing and dyeing your beard, fellas. This is my beard. I've been hoping and praying that my beard go gray. My beard go gray. I get like one strand of gray hair here. I'm like, yo, fam. I be getting mad at some of y'all guys. Y'all be having the salt and pepper. I'm like, yo, when is my day gonna come, dogs? Like, I don't want to have a little strip here and a little. No. I want it to look like I want to look like a whole joint. You know what I mean? You know. I'm joking. Come on. Let's keep rocking and rolling though. Let's keep rocking.
It's irrelevant.
Ready? Women believe in astrology. What's your sign? Ready? Kendra G. What is your sign? Oh, you're Sagittarius? You're a metamorphosis? Okay. You a hypothesis? Okay. What does astrology matter? It's demonic. It's demonic. Oh, you are Aries? We don't get along. That should be it. Y'all be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. It's my language. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. I'm working on it.
It's not, if God wanted you to know that, it would have been in the Bible. Think of Adam and Eve and that tree. If God wanted us to eat from that tree of knowledge, he would have said, eat from that tree.
Right. So here's another argument. So God gave the word to Adam, right? Because his job was to cultivate, to teach. His woman was to learn from him, but she was deceived. And then she deceived him. Yet again, another example of a chick not following the lead of her man. Everything she's talking right now is because it goes against what she believes. Why? Because most women are not looking for information. They're looking for affirmation. They're looking for the information that's going to keep them doing what they want to do. Ready? Hear me out. Let's just fail all. Let's just throw the whole. Let's throw it all in the garbage. Y'all ready? Did y'all watch this? How she still got Jesus on the cross. Mama, food's almost ready. I'll come over here right now to get some food right now because I'm hungry. This video over here is wasting my time. I'm about to come over here and get my eat on real fast. Hold on. She still got a cross on her neck with Jesus on the cross. What is she talking about the Bible? She still got Jesus on the cross. I thought he risen. Why she got him on the cross? See, she's all contradicting. She's all ass backwards right now. But let's keep on going.
But instead, he said you can eat from every tree except from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And what did everybody do? They fell into that trap.
You fell for the trap.
With the book of Enoch. You see how I made that parallel?
No, you didn't.
If God wanted the book of Enoch to be in the Bible, it would be in the Bible. So be extremely careful when you're reading that book. treat it like a fan fiction. It's not. Oh, I know y'all gonna give me feedback in this comment section, but I'm telling y'all, it's in my spirit. It's there. Is there, and he's
cause she's covered by she has a demonic spirit in her. She got makeup on, as you can see. She erased her eyebrows and put the fake ones on because she ain't happy with what God gave her. She got fake hair, got these fucking eyelashes. She got the makeup all over here, eyeliner all over here. Look at these claws she got on because she's not happy with what God gave her. She not happy. My wife's nails are her nails. They're real. They're her nails. They're real. Her hair, now fine. All right, let me backtrack. Okay, there are some women who are just naturally beautiful. Was I blessed? Yes. My wife is gorgeous. Yes. But it doesn't change the fact that whoever I decide to fall in love with, the way God made you is the way that you should be giving yourself to the world. She's over here like this, flicking this fake hair. Like, I understand. All that syntheticness is bothering your face. You're getting all hot. I get it. You can't jump in no water. That it's gonna absorb no water. I get it. Your baby hair is gonna get all messed. I got it.
Thumping on me to get it out, and I finally got it out. Just be very careful. Use your discernment. Peace.
Listen, I respect her opinion.
Now I'm gonna stop right here. Hold on. Y'all ready? We know that makeup is demonic. Makeup is one of the biggest selling industries in the world. Anti-aging cream, makeup, foundation. They got this. They got that. They got everything in the world to cover up a woman's face. But then a chick, she go jump into the water, all that come off, she looking like a whole nother person. She looking like the, hey, you guys from the Goonies. Come on, stop playing with me. We all know that makeup is demonic. What is the problem? Why are you trying to run from this? But if the book of Enoch speaks on it, see, girls want to have all this makeup and be like, hey, and then she give her a wet wipe. She be like, hey. Come on, man, stop it. Stop. This is why we tell you guys, makeup is demonic. Make sure you see that chick without makeup. Make sure you see her without makeup. Because if she got pounds and pounds and pounds of makeup, something ain't right. Her spirit ain't right. I want y'all guys to understand that. Y'all already know what time it is, though. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here at the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Bills. Y'all already know. You're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn notifications. Y'all already know. Until next time, we out.